The Hawaiian language only has 8 consonant sounds, making it one of the languages with the smallest number of consonants in the world. So what do Hawaiian speakers do when they have to borrow words from other languages that have other sounds in them? First off, the K sound does a lot of heavy lifting in Hawaiian. Any stop consonant that isn't a bilabial or a glottal stop can function as a K sound in Hawaiian. Hawaiian doesn't even distinguish between a K and a T sound. So the word makua, meaning mountainside, can be pronounced either makua or matua with no change in meaning. The result is that all of the English sounds s, z, sh, zh, t, da, ch, ja, and ga all get pronounced as K when they're borrowed into Hawaiian. The word truck becomes kalaka, the word blessing becomes pelekine, speak becomes kapika, and rabbit becomes lapaki. Similar kind of variation happens with the W and L sounds. The W sound can be pronounced as either a wa or a va in Hawaiian, and the L sound can be pronounced as either a la, ra, or ra. So when an English word with these sounds gets borrowed into Hawaiian, those sounds are normalized to become either a W or an L. Beaver becomes piwa, acre becomes akele, and ginger becomes kanika. Syllables in Hawaiian also always have to be either consonant-vowel or just a vowel. Syllables can't end in a consonant. So when Hawaiian borrows words with consonant clusters, it either has to break apart those consonants or simplify them into a single sound. Likewise, if it borrows a word with a syllable ending in a consonant, that syllable either has to have an extra vowel added or that final consonant is just deleted. So bill becomes pila, island becomes ailana, and scraper becomes kalepa. As a result of all this, every single one of these English words gets pronounced the same way in Hawaiian. Kini, which also happens to be the word for multitude in Hawaiian. Hawaiian does have one sound that English doesn't though, the glottal stop. This is the thing that sounds like a catch in the throat in the middle of the word uh-oh. Or in many dialects of English, the sound T can be pronounced as a glottal stop, so think of Australians saying a bottle of water. And English speakers tend to naturally insert a glottal stop at the beginning of words that start with a vowel. If you listen carefully, you can hear it at the beginning of words like and. And what's kind of funny is that linguists for some reason decided to call this phenomenon the glottal attack. But even though English speakers use this glottal stop sound constantly, it's not a meaningful sound in English. It doesn't change the meaning of a word when you add it or remove it. But in Hawaiian, the glottal stop is a meaningful sound. So Hawaiian speakers hear it in English words and include it when pronouncing words from English. Notice how each of these English words starts with a vowel, but each of their Hawaiian versions starts with the glottal stop, indicated by the apostrophe or what's called the okina. So now that you know how borrowings work in Hawaiian, can you guess what this word originally was in English? Kapalikiko. Let me know in the comments.